Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I'm so excited about today's video. You know, Newmar has been coming out with some really cool products for our Super C line. We've got a new Freedom Air. This is the new Grand Star, and I really feel like it's so important to talk about why you would buy a Newmar over some of our competition, because when you know the difference, there's no other choice. Now, my name again is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in kind of overcast, really nice and cool, Frederick, Colorado. It's the end of August, and man, oh man, we have some magnificent stuff on hand for you. A lot of things coming in this season right now, and this is the 34-foot, 10-inch long Grand Star. So, as usual, I like to start my RV videos from the inside out. I am starting up here though, just to show you that a real human being that's tall, I mean, could really stay up here. There's a little cubby over here on the starboard side of the coach, two 110 outlets, a Type A and Type C USB port, a really nice large skylight giving you a ton of extra light, and then there's another cubby here on the port side, and I also have shade control here, so if I wanted to close this shade, I could do that, and I am going to do that for the video. So this is a really cool feature of this coach. Now, I always start my videos from the inside out, because if I don't like the inside, I don't care about the outside. But there's a lot of really important features about the outside to cover on this coach today. So we're going to go through a lot of different things. This is your little blackout shade. This is a true bedroom up here, which is very nice if you've got people that want to come camping with you. They don't necessarily have to be kids. An adult would be comfortable up here. Two would be pretty tight, I'd say. So if you want my honest opinion there. But Jody, go ahead and take her on back. I always like to have him facing the other direction when I'm crawling down the ladder. But yeah, so if we go into this back bedroom, like one of the things about this coach, we've got a ton of people that have expressed interest in the new Freedom Air, in the new 24T Navion. There's a lot of people that are looking for a comfortable place with a decent sized bed. This is an RV King. This is a 72 by 80 RV King. So this is a coach that comes in with stickers well under $400,000. And honestly, there's so many amazing features of this coach. Look at the backlighting that you have here. So you've got these really beautiful accent lights built into the headboard or into the slide covers. And then here over the top, we have tons of great storage. And we have 110 outlets up here, as well as a grommet so that you can actually put in any kind of laptop, iPad, whatever you like. And then we have MCD shades, both day and night, on either side of the headboard. So where this is really nice for people, this coach has all of the high-end features that you're used to in a Newmar. The only difference is it's on a Super C chassis, so it's got really great towing capacity. So most of our shorter coaches with a single rear axle are only going to have a 5,000 pound towing capacity. This coach has a 12,000 pound towing capacity. And in that it's built on the S2RV chassis, it's also able to have things like this great rear window. So for anybody who is camping out there, you know, maybe in BLM land or just a nice forest, to be able to look out your rear window, have a little place where you could keep some flowers, you know, maybe a picture frame or two. And then on either side of your nightstand, you'll see we are up to date with our technology and having the USB Type A and Type C ports. And then you'll notice also on this coach, on this full wall slide, there's no carpet. So one of the benefits of moving into the 2026 product is we have done away with carpet, even on our Ventana line. So this is a really nice, easy to clean material that you can actually sweep or mop. It's just a huge improvement for us from a durability standpoint, much easier. You don't have to launder it. I like where we kept our, this is the insert for the hide-a-bed. Measure the hide-a-bed this morning. It's, you know, it's pretty good. It's 58 inches though, so it's not a huge hide-a-bed. But as you can see, there's plenty of room in this coach for, you know, for some kids with that overhead bunk and then that little booth pull out. So if you maybe have your daughter wants to bring her son or her daughter, certainly plenty of room for that. And these wardrobes, as you can see, not only are they mirrored, but they're flanking some really cool drawer storage. So I really like these deep pocket doors. And one of the best parts about this coach is not only that it has some nice high-end features like your flat screen smart TV that has all of your access to like Hulu and Netflix. You can also have this coach equipped with Starlink. This floor that I'm standing on is a solid porcelain tile floor, and it is heated. If you ordered this coach without the heated floor, it would still be a solid porcelain tile floor. So again, really nice finishes. But keep in mind, one of the things that makes Newmar is going to be the fact that we have 16 on center aluminum C-channel framing throughout this coach. Another thing that's really interesting and unique about this product is this is on the S2RV chassis. So for those of you that are kind of like, oh man, I want that freedom air, you're looking at going from a 3-liter engine to a 6.7-liter ISB. You're looking at going from 400 foot-pounds of torque plus or minus to going to 800 foot-pounds of torque. You're looking at going from a 5,000-pound towing capacity to a 12,000-pound towing capacity. And also running into those abilities to be able to have things like in-floor heating, or this is what really sets this product apart from everything else in the marketplace. This is a 35-foot coach, 34 feet 10 inches long, on a Super C chassis that has hydronic heat. So this coach has a dual loop Chinook system. It's all electric. There's no propane. Now that's a $12,000 option. You can actually step up that option and go to 640 amp hour lithium ion batteries with a second Xantrex inverter, or even 960 amp hours of lithium ion with a second Xantrex inverter. That second inverter is dedicated towards the central air. So this coach has two 15,000 BTU air conditioners on it, with heat pumps, heated floors, and then on top of it, it has the hydronic heat. So that hydronic heat is basically the dual loop Chinook system has 2 loops of fluid that comes out of an 8-gallon boiler. It pushes underneath the coach, and then it pushes air over those registers or through those registers into your coach, giving you basically ducted heating and air conditioning on your coach. So most coaches at this segment have propane. You can order this either way. You can order it with AGM batteries, in which case it will have 6, or you can order it with lithium ion batteries, in which case you can have either 640 amp hours or you can have 960 amp hours of battery. So this is a really big deal for this product because nothing else competes in it in this segment. Now on top of it, here are those registers right down below. This is where the heat would come out. But you also have some incredible storage in this coach. So 2 really nice wardrobes, 5 great drawers, and then you're like, well, Katie, what about the cabinets on either side? Well, they can be cabinets, or they can be made for your Splendid washer and dryer. This is such a cool feature to be able to have a coach that gets into all the national parks, and it has both a washer and a dryer. Is completely unheard of. So what a brilliant idea on behalf of Newmar. They just did such a smart design here. Another thing I think that's attractive to a lot of people, Jody, let's go ahead and trade places. I did open over here, I opened the medicine cabinet, the nightstand cabinet. But I do want to show, okay, so I'm going to show you the pillow avalanche. This always happens when I put this up, so I call it the pillow avalanche. But as you can see, that 72 by 80 bed has also the articulating feature. This is necessary to be able to close the full wall slide, but it's also great for watching a movie. So that's a very nice feature in this coach. And then look at this full wall slide. This gives us so much room coming through. Now, I wanted to do a few measurements today because I think that they are important. One of the most important measurements is how much counter space do I have. This is 28 inches deep, folks. That's way bigger than what you would have in your residential house at 22. And then the total length of this is 65 inches. So really substantial counter space. You also have your really nice Whirlpool. Oops. There we go. Oh, I heard that happening. You have a really nice ice maker in your freezer, and then you have a really nice full refrigerator as well. And as you can see, lots of drawer storage here, tons of room for popsicles, tons of room for frozen foods if you want to bring some burger patties, hot dogs, and things along those lines with you. And then of course you've got this really nice ice maker, which belongs right there. Also in this coach, you have, as you can see, the ability to lock that refrigerator. And we have that same typical Newmar lock that's nice and hidden, very, very svelte. This is a very decadent coach. And then everyone loves these push to release pantry drawers. So you've got 6 push to release pantry drawers, full access all the way to the back for all of your canned goods, all of your dry goods, cereals, chips, all the features. And then you have this little down at the bottom, like extra cubby space. I can just see that being a great place to store maybe, you know, puppy leashes, any kind of dog supplies, things like that. So on that note, one of the things that's great about this coach is that when you have it all closed up, there's still plenty of room for a fine furry friend to come on the road with you. And one of the reasons is because there's a ton of room here if you're going down the road, not only for your nice porcelain Dometic toilet, but also you could put like a little doggy bed in here so that your puppy would have a nice secure place to stay while in motion. And then look at the size of this shower. So you have a regular faucet and then also your handheld faucet as well. You've got this great skylight, so even if you're really tall, there's plenty of room for anybody who's big. This is a really big, luxurious bathroom for such a small coach. So when we go into this segment, there's a lot of radius showers that you'll find out there. A 35-inch radius shower is fine until you have to bend over and pick up the soap. I know that sounds so funny, but Ed Collier came in and he was looking at coaches with me and he said, if I can bend over and pick up the soap, it's big enough for me. And I thought, well, you know what? That's actually a great point. So up here, we've got a nice rope hook. And then another feature that you don't find anywhere else in this segment is going to be the fact that I have this ability to recycle my hot water from my freshwater tank back into my freshwater tank while I heat it, so that I can actually get it up to temperature without filling my gray tank. So this is going to be the AquaView Aquamizer or Shower Miser system. This Shower Miser system is the system that allows you to preserve your gray water capacity and make the most use of your fresh water. And then up here, take a look. I mean, all of the room. I don't even know what you could put up here. Definitely, I know I have all my kitchen towels in my Superstar bathroom in the mid bath and all of my washcloths. But I mean, there's so much room up here for any of your supplies. And then there's this huge deep pocket. This is the same deep pocket that I have in my Superstar. And so we just divide, everybody gets their own shelf. And then on top of it, you've got a gigantic medicine cabinet. And in true Newmar fashion, beautiful vessel sink nestled over a solid surface countertop. So no linoleum in here. Everything is going to be nice Corian. You got 2 110 outlets right here, and then a ton of storage here underneath. This would definitely be where I would keep all of my big towels and the like, the beach towels, if you will. And then 3 drawer storage here. This is your TP bay, and then two different drawers. This top drawer here, I definitely think you'd put a divider in there and keep all your hairbrushes and such. But this would be such a great little drawer for makeup. And if you had your mirror here and you were getting ready in the morning, it would be very comfortable to sit and get ready. And then down below here, you'll see another one of those registers for that hydronic heat. So once again, hydronic heat is such an advantage to anybody who was trying to keep warm off grid. Now, a lot of people are going, well, hold on, it's all electric. Okay, well, all electric is an interesting concept. With your hydronic heat, you can run your diesel burner to heat your water and to heat your coach. So this is going to really save you in that you don't have to go get propane refilled to heat your coach. This is one of the best saving aspects of an all-electric coach. It's why anytime you get over kind of that Ventana level up with Newmar, so any of your higher end segments, you're going to find that there's no propane on board. And that's because it's really inconvenient to have to go stop and fill that propane tank in the middle of your camping trip so that you can cook, so that you can have heat, so that you can have hot water. All of this is run off of that hydronic system. And it's got, the Oasis system comes with 2 filaments, AC1 and AC2. Those can be used for both 30 amp or 50 amp. This coach could easily fit into a 30 amp site and still have air conditioning. We just have a single air conditioning, but it would still run the full heating system. And you can also run the third element, which is that that burner system. The burner system gets so hot that in my Superstar, I actually have to turn the temperature of the water down. So this far outpaces even like the 36 VSB Verona, or I guess any Verona for that matter, that has that 250 D Aqua Hot unit. All of those Aqua Hot units are far outpaced by the Oasis system. And even the 450 is not as robust as the Oasis system in Newmar. So if you're looking for hot water and warm air, one of the best features of this coach, of course, is that it's going to have that hydronic system. But that coupled with heated floors, I mean, you could really go some nice cold places and be in a very warm and comfortable all-season coach. So now as we go down the way here, we're going to take a look at this nice big space here. And as you can see, when you're here in this front area, you've got a really nice dinette that converts into a little sleeper area. So your sleeper, I know it's 58 inches. 58 inches from cushion to cushion. It's about, if you want to go to here, 28 inches. If you go to here, it's 33 inches deep. So definitely you could have a little there. What you can definitely have, which is so nice, in 2026, we went ahead and added a nice solid surface here between our theater seats. So as you can see, you can have all of the blankets, all of the, you know, stuff that you need down here. There are two type A outlets here, as well as two 110 outlets here as well for charging your devices. But you can very easily have a glass of wine, some chips and dip, or, you know, if you've got your tumblers, those are there. And then you've got these really nice reclining seats. And these are nestled across your 50-inch flat screen television. So the Samsung TV, again, this is a 4K TV. It's a smart TV. You can put Hulu, Netflix, whatever you'd like on there. The box above it in the center, that center cabinet, I will open that for you. But that could house, for instance, if you wanted to have, you know, a dish or DirecTV receiver added to this coach, you could. We are typically finding there are about 500 different ways to put Starlink on a coach, and it's definitely worth a conversation because as this market for Starlink modifies and changes, there's really a lot of very cool options that are going to be more effective for each family depending on what they're trying to spend and how much time they're using it. We can help you to devise a plan where you're not overspending on monthly subscriptions and you're getting more than enough coverage for your household. So definitely worth the conversation there. So I am going to go ahead and step on these seats. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments. Oh my God, Katie, you stepped on the seats. Never going to buy that coach. So up here, as you can see, everything is wired right through to here. That's your little cable inlet. And then you have all of the storage on either side. Once again, just a great job. For any of you looking into that C+ segment with, you know, maybe one or two slides, usually just one, this is a ton more room than you have in there, especially when you start looking at the fact that you've got one seatbelt here, two here, and then two in the front. It's very difficult to find a coach in the C segment that actually has 5 seatbelts like this coach does. This is where I keep all my bowls and plates. And then on the other side is where I would keep all my napkins and placemats. Of course, everyone does things differently in their coach. And then one of the features I really like about this C is that if you want to take out this mattress, it's really easily removed. You could also fold it in half. And on top of it, it lifts up on these nice struts. And it's giving you all of the entry and pass-through access to your cab. So as you can see, this is a really nice, generous cab, but it's also for those of us that are taller, not like me, because I'm not very taller, but as you can see, you could come in here and step down into this cab and very easily find your seating on either side. So really like that feature of this coach as well. Now, again, back to storage. I'm such a big fan of this. This is something that we've seen historically in Renegade, where you have a whole entire bay of storage that you could put those shoe boxes in. You just use a label maker. You can label all of your things. If you've got a box that has flashlights and batteries, you know, depending on whether or not you put B or F first, you just do everything with a label maker all the way down. Outdoor, you know, camping supplies, anything that you need to keep inside, out of the heat, not in a bay, can go in here very easily, very tidy. And if you've got your dishes down below that seat like I recommend, then you've got plenty of room to use that for actual ancillary storage. Now this is a great place. What are we always looking for? Where do I keep my pots and pans? Where do I keep my coffee pot, my toaster oven? Huge, unadulterated, very easy to use storage. And then the scrubby drawer. How clutch is that? Show me a Navion with a scrubby drawer. There is none. And then all of your cleaning supplies. I mean, you could keep a few extra air mattresses there if you wanted to have some additional sleeping configuration. And then, of course, all of the supplies here. If you keep your spatulas, you know, your tongs, all the things that you use when you're cooking. And then, of course, we have another great drawer here for all of your silverware. And then, as you can see, we've got two sound bars on this coach. We've got 2 televisions on this coach. And then we have also, oh, this is the recover system. That's if someone tries to steal it, we can track them. We also have the flagpole bracket. So this is for your outdoor flagpole. And then below this, seriously, a dishwasher. Okay, you go ahead and find me a dishwasher available in this segment. I mean, this is just such a cool feature. Washer and dryer, dishwasher. And then this is my favorite. I love my true induction cooktop. My 2020 Renegade Verona had a true induction cooktop. My 22 Superstar has a true induction cooktop. The benefit of the true induction in Newmar over Renegade is this. Take it outside, folks. I gotta tell you, if anyone's ever cooked in the wind, you know, you get your Blackstone out there and it's gusty, your temperatures are all over the map. This thing, you set it to 360 degrees. I don't care what kind of morning it is. Your eggs are turning out perfect. It's gonna get your day off in the right way. French toast, bacon, all that stuff. Outside, easy on your cooktop, very, very nice. And then you only have to have one kind of pan, right? Because you're not using like, you know, all these different outdoor stuff, indoor stuff. You could just have one set and this can work in either location. And if you remove this and you want to use it as a prep area, you can just turn these over. They've got these nice cutting boards inlaid to both sides. So you can still do all of your prep work even if you are cooking with your cooktop outside. This is a huge advantage in this coach. The other big advantage of this coach is not only is this Whirlpool microwave and convection oven, you know, great for cooking that way, it's also an air fryer. So this is a fantastic update for people. Anybody who wants to have, you know, your tater tots or your crisp cut fries, you can cook those in here as well as biscuits, cookies. You could cook a chicken. A Romanoff clay pot would fit perfectly in this. You just have to take these 2 shelves out and you go to Williams-Sonoma and you get a nice Romanoff clay pot. It is the ultimate way to cook chicken when you're on the road. So this is just a great amount of space. The reason I'm taking these out right now is to get a lot of people are like, oh my God, that's so small. No, it just looks small because you have all of these apparatus in here. But if you think about it, like, this is a fry basket, man. Like, what do you want with your what do you want with your hamburger? Do you want potato chips? No, let's be real. We all really would like to have some French fries. We just don't have a deep fryer or the things that we would use at home to cook with them. Now you have it all with you here in this coach. Now, while we're here in the center of this coach, one of the things I want to tell you is, first and foremost, this has really revolutionized the Newmar brand. So as you can see, all of your lighting control is right here in the middle of the coach. So you have a Bluetooth app, so you can pair it, so you can use it on your phone. You've got the capacity to run your air conditioning for your front and rear right here. Here's that Oasis with the burner, AC1 and AC1 and 2 elements. And then also you can turn your floor heat on and off here. You've got your 3-zone floor heat. So if you want to keep the bedroom nice and cool, but you want to have this front area warm for when you wake up and have breakfast in the morning, you could have it separated. As you can see here, you can see that my generator is running. I can also set it so auto gen will start. So if I get to a particular temperature in here or battery level, and then here at home, I can see everything in one place. I can see my tank levels. I can see how much fresh water I have in there, how much gray, how much black. I can turn all my lights on and off in my room, or I can go into each room individually. So if I want to go, for instance, into my bedroom and turn let's do bedroom, all lights off, and then we'll just turn on that accent light. So here I've just turned everything off in the bedroom except for this accent light. Look at how pretty this accent light is here. So if you're coming in and you want to watch a movie at night and you just want to have some nice little accent lights on, dude, I mean, there's just no way this coach is even comparable to anything else in its segment in the way that it's set up. Especially, and keep in mind that hydronic heat feature is a $12,000 option, so it's not mandatory. The in-floor heating is also not mandatory, so you can order this coach if you don't feel like those are things that you would have to your like or to your suit. I'm going to go ahead and pull the slides in now. Oh, I didn't hang my jacket up here, darn it. I was going to hang my jacket up here. How smart is that? You have a coat? Put it right here. You have a dog leash? Put it right there. I just love that. Like, I think that's such a cool feature. Okay, here we go. We're going in, Jody. We're going in. I know I always say this, folks, but you really should, like, you know, make sure you put in the comments how much you love Jody, and like and subscribe to all of our videos, because there is not a better cameraman on this planet. I mean, I just say, hey, Jody, try this, and he's just Johnny on the spot, making it all happen. Doesn't bat an eye. Doesn't bat an eyelash. Just bat an eyelash, right? I don't know how you bat your eyes. That'd be kind of weird. All right, so now we're getting this all the way in here. So we talked about like a little area for your puppy in the bathroom. If you don't want to do that, that's definitely where I would put the Frenchies, because I think that they would actually really like to be able to feel like they weren't next to the door. But if you want to have another area here, you've got plenty of room here as well for your puppies to be able to relax and you know, just chill out while you're driving. There's also some room underneath the table, and as you can see, that whole entire table has tile underneath it, so it's going to be able very easy to maintain. So before we head out, let me make sure I have, oh, there it is, my measuring tape. Oh, I wanted to measure the width of these. These look narrow to me, so if anyone is curious, 21.5 inches is the width, and then the height though is pretty impressive, 26 inches tall for those recliners. Also, you got 110 outlet up here, and then you've got two 110 outlets over here. That's just for your coffee maker. And then you also have them, as I mentioned before, in the center, in that little armrest area, but you also have them here next to the dinette. So if you're sitting here, you know, working on your computer, you've got two 110 outlets, type A and type C, so you can keep everything rolling while you're working. So up here in the bay, you can see everything is very easily, you know, accessible, very clean. I do have the Carefree awning out today. There is an app for this as well. You can access your block heater here as well. It's just a good idea. People don't understand, like, if you don't have your block heater on and you cold start your engine, you will have to pay a diagnostic fee to turn it off. It's just a check engine light that comes on, but I mean, there's a really easy way around it. Just use your block heater. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't even need that. I'm like, well, I don't need to spend $186 on a diagnostic fee either. Do you know what $186 can buy me in shoes? Holy macaroni. Okay, so all lights off. Love that. So ceiling lights on right here. And then as you can see down here, we have, storage for your dog food, or maybe some cowboy boots that are dirty. And then this could be either puppy leashes and doggy dishes, or it could be flip-flops. So I'm gonna turn my cargo lights on. All right, so as we come outside here, there's some great key features to talk about with this coach. First and foremost, this is a 3-door coach. So you got 2 doors in the front and then this mid-entrance. I actually was watching a Prevost video this week and someone's like, I really want a mid-entrance. And I was like, you should buy a Super C, because that's what you get. This is a standard feature. But as you can see, nice screened in area. And then these doors, when you close them, show you the back of this full paint finish. This masterpiece finish is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, the color of this one is Rutledge. So this is a standard factory color. These are the colors that are available. And I also want to make sure I mention there are also 2 larger floor plans. So there's 2 floor plans for coaches under 40 feet. So there's 2 39-foot coaches as well. But up here we're going to take a look at the Cummins engine married to the Freightliner chassis. I want to just talk about some features that are important to understand. Again, this is built on the S2RV chassis. Things that Freightliner does to make things better. This is a breakaway 3-piece bumper. So this chrome bumper is designed so that if you have a frontal impact, you could just replace this one portion as opposed to the entire thing. The other thing I want to mention is that you are on a spring leaf suspension. This has not got air on the front. Very important to understand that. And then everything that's red here is that 6.7 liter ISB. That's going to be a 360 horsepower engine with 800 foot-pounds of torque. So super nice there. And then in terms of your fuel capacity, 100-gallon fuel capacity, 10-gallon depth tank. So pretty impressive there as well. But as you can see, easy access to all of your fluids. If you are doing your own service, I just encourage you to know that if you break something underneath your coach, or if you've done your own service and there's something going on kind of weird, you are kind of opening yourself up to showing that you've been meddling around under the hood. If you're buying this to work on it yourself, I don't know that that's the reason I'd buy a Super C. If you're buying this because you live in Wyoming and they have a huge mule dealer population and you want something to cushion the blow and the frontal impact, that might be more my style. Other features I wanted to point out that are really nice, I don't even have this on my Superstar. I love this access point. I love the fact that this grate has holes in it. It's super grippy, very easy to step on and to get traction, and also to have your shoes, you know, you get any kind of mud or guck or snow off your feet before you get into your coach. Another great feature about the S2RV chassis, this is not a cutaway chassis. This chassis was designed to be an RV. So this is very easy access point. The whole coach is designed for visibility. So the slope of the hood, the size of the window, the positioning of the wipers, the fact that there's no mirror in the center there, all of this is designed to be an RV. And as you can see, very easy grab handles all over the place to get in and out of. So super nice feature there. This is where your flagpole goes. This is where when you turn your right-hand turn signal on, it shows you the right-hand lane. Got one of your sound bars is out here, so you've got one just on the other side of this window in the main TV, and then another 43-inch flat screen television, again by Samsung, with a really nice sound bar built into it. This would be a great coach for tailgating or going to concerts. You could definitely play some YouTube videos, like music videos, or you could watch the game out here, and then you could also stream audio here if you just wanted to listen to music. So that's a great feature. Another great feature of this coach is because we're built on the Star Foundation, we raise our coach from the Freightliner chassis, the S2RV chassis, up, and you get about 9 inches of more storage in these bays. And this height difference, if you are stacking like we do, we're always stacking totes, right? Everything is in a tote. This height difference just from the entrance of this coach, it's 32.5 inches of height. And then it's also going to be, ooh, let's see if I can get it. Yep, there we go. About 31 inches across in terms of overall space. So this is a huge amount of space. And then you can see there, see that little yellow glowy loop? That is your hydronic fluid going underneath the surface of the coach. Your floors are all electric. They're not hydronic. Your hydronic system is separate from your heated floors. Of course, you got a nice light in each one of the bays. And then we've actually really improved our doors over the years. They're now more robust, and they're also easier to close. Another great amount of storage here. And you can see they actually have the extra tile for the porcelain floors there on that top shelf. So you have, you know, really long storage available through this coach, with it being raised off of that chassis rail, because of course you've got your drive axle from the engine to the back, right? 31 inches, once again, 31 feet. This coach is almost, there we go, 33 feet. Yeah, you'd have to have a really big, really tall door. 31 feet. All right, so another one Let's just see if these are all the same. 29 inches there, and then 32. Oh, and I haven't measured the depth, but I will go ahead and measure the depth. About 25 and a half, almost 26 inches there. And then 2 outlets here, so this is definitely going to be the Margarita Bay. And then Grand Star, as you can see, of course, Newmar's signature badging throughout the coach will really, I've got to tell you, if you buy a coach like this, you've got to be prepared to answer questions. There's going to be a lot of people who want to know more about what you're driving. And so back here in the rear, of course, we've got our 22.5-inch tires, which is what's giving you that beautiful, feel going down the road. But I wanted to show you underneath here, this is that cogwheel system for the slide. So this is a really great slide mechanism. These cogwheels are pretty much infallible. They don't have like a cord that can stretch out. A lot of those metal cords over time start to kind of grow, if you will. This cogwheel system is a very precise measurement. It's super crazy. It's a circle with teeth that come off of it that fit in these holes. I mean, why make it complicated when it can be easy? And then here, we've got our water tank, our batteries, and then there's our inverter. And again, moving inverters across away from the pure sign that we've had historically is really just about industry standards, what people are using, what people like. I think it's really nice. I just wanted to double check. So this coach does not have solar on it. It is a solar prepped coach, but I'll tell you that it's quite fantastic. And then I wanted to also mention, so 100 gallons of fresh water. Our bigger Super Cs have 150, but a 52-gallon gray water tank, a 52-gallon sewage tank, that's actually larger than mine. And then if you would like the non-electric version of this coach, your propane tank would be 22 gallons. So pretty substantial. So we're gonna go ahead. Now don't forget, this bay here could have the 640 or 960 amp hours of lithium if you wanted. And if you did that, you would have a second inverter in this bay. But there's one of those lights that's on. There's your 2-inch receiver with reversible balls. And then, I don't know if I mentioned that there was windows on either side of the bed, but there's the bedroom window. Nice LED lights here in the rear. There's that rear window with the emergency exit. Your rear view camera shows down or back, so you can see when you're loading up your tow vehicle on here, or maybe you've got a side-by-side that you're towing behind you, whatever it is that you're trying to link up. Right here, you'll also note that you have your 7-pin connector is standard, but please also note there is no trailer brake on this coach. If you want to put in the Prodigy, we'll put it in for you, but if you come and pick up this coach and bring your trailer and your ambition is to turn around and leave with your trailer in your new coach and you don't have a trailer brake installed, you're gonna have to wait for us to install that trailer brake. So make sure you mention that to us up front. So back here, we've got our gray water bay. So there's a Gorilla hose system that comes with 2 10-foot hoses. I would probably be using that since you do have a sewer hose and then a gray water hose. In this bay, you'll see a really nice advantage. Newmar's really done a good job at changing how they give you your fuse panel outside. Much easier to access. And these little guys just twist off to unmove that cover, keeping everything nice and safe. And then your power cord is on a power reel in this coach. The little button is right over there underneath the door mechanism and above the cable. So that's your cable inlet if you want to have cable on this coach. And of course, you saw that gets wired to the front. Here's your 8-kilowatt quiet diesel generator. So this is incredibly more robust than any of those like little 280-watt generators that you see on most of the C-Class products. An 8-kilowatt generator is going to give you plenty of power to be able to run your air conditioners. Again, 100-gallon fuel capacity, 100-gallon water capacity, 10-gallon DEF tank, bigger than mine. I have a 6-gallon on my Superstar. I think it's pretty funny. And then there's your black water hose. And as you can see, Your whole house water filter is nice and clear now, and you have an outdoor shower with hot and cold water, and you can turn your water pump on from here. So if you're just landing and you're trying to get everything set up, really nice, easy access points for everything here on the business side of the bus. And then another storage bay. Are you kidding me? I mean, that is just so cool. So let's go ahead and see if we can do this. Another storage bay that is going to be, I'm going to guess the same depth because it looks kind of the same all the way around. But let's just double check. So 26.5, almost 27 inches deep. Overall width, again, another almost 32 inches minus this little guy here. And then I'm going to measure from this little doohickey down. Let's call that 19 to 20 inches of clearance in that bay. I mean, you can fit so many totes. And I mean, so if you want to know what I use my totes for, I keep my barbecue in a tote. I have like one of those little like oblong looking Webers. I keep my firewood in a tote. I keep all of my outdoor, like we do rock painting and things like that, like activities for the kids. All of that's in totes. Everything, I have my paddle boards would fit in here. My outdoor chairs would fit in here. My outdoor fire pit. I mean, this coach just has the room for everything you don't have room for in a C. So this is, I would say, a small super C. It's like a B plus. No, it's more than that. It's not a C minus. It's just a little C. It's like not a capital C. Oh, that was the dual loop Oasis system I just totally didn't talk about because I got all excited about C's. Here's your house battery or your chassis batteries. Here's your Oasis reservoir. If that bad boy is not past the cold line, you do not have hot water in this coach. And then this is hydraulic fluid, as you can see. Plenty of room, easy access. Just a great build overall. I opened this earlier just to show you how to access your DEF tank. And then I did want to mention, these are, of course, air ride seats that you would normally have in your Super C. So they can go up or they can go down. And then you've got your pneumatic air, you've got your lumbar support here. You've got a diagnostic port here, a telescopic steering wheel. And then we're gonna go inside. Jody, I think I'm gonna open that door for you if you wanna come through the cab, and I'm gonna crawl up this way just to show the dash a little bit. We've already seen the front, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna open that other door and meet you around the other side. So one of the reasons I wanna cover this dash is because the S2RV chassis, the M2 chassis, both in the 1.6 and the 1.12, all went through a nice little update in 2023, and I think it's important to cover some of the things that make this chassis so cool. So one of my favorite things about this coach is the fact that you have a nice digital display here, but you're still very much analog. So I'm a big analog fan. So you can see how many miles per hour you're going. Go back to that. You can see your tire pressure. Very nice. All 6 tires are reading for you right there. You can see if there's any kind of warnings or alerts. And then on your home system, you can see your trip computer, how many miles are on the coach. But most importantly, I'm gonna go ahead and start this off. So there's a little check engine light that comes on over here. It's yellow. When that's off, that's when it's safe to start your coach. You wanna always make sure you're doing that, especially in the winter. But so there, can you see that better that way? Is that the right way to do it for you? Right there? Okay, there we go. So this coach here has the ability to have your engine brake right here. It's a single stage engine brake. You've got drive, and then you can see here you've also got reverse. So when I put my camera on in reverse, you can see right here I've got a predictive grid line. So this is where if I was loading my car behind me, I would want to go there. This is the amount of space I want to leave if I wanted someone else to be able to park their vehicle behind me. And then I have all of my steering wheel controls here, which is super handy. And I have the ability to answer, hang up my phone, use the whole suite of Bluetooth system. And then my turn signals are nice and integrated over here. So this is very much now like a car dash was. or is. We used to have everything was, you know, just reach over here, try to figure out what you're looking for, hope to God you get it right. It's really nice not to have to worry about that anymore. The other benefit of the Freightliner chassis is you have that guy for being polite and that guy for telling someone to get out of your way. You also have all of this really nice storage up top, and this whole coach is designed so you can just put your Cobra system right inside here and have your walkie-talkie. You can start your generator right here from the front, and then your hydraulic leveling system, that's what you saw that fluid for out there, is right here as well. And then I want to go ahead and go to the home system here. So as you can see, really nice access to turn your rear camera on full time. Really nice access to get to your radio. Really nice access to get to Sirius. Really nice access to get to your Bluetooth. And then you're going to be able to use Apple CarPlay with your RV nav system on this dash. I would highly recommend you get an in-motion type of Wi-Fi for this RV. With what you can do with Starlink now, with their pause feature, man, talk about an amazing way to be able to travel. But then you would have your Apple Maps not only loaded if you put in your destination before you left where you had Wi-Fi, but you could actually use all of your Android Auto or your CarPlay right here from this center dash. So, you know, like I said, it's important to cover the stuff about this chassis because if I didn't cover it with you in a video, you wouldn't know that there's no mirror for me to do my lip gloss, which is definitely my Super C pet peeve. But all of that being said, lots and lots of cool stuff. The other thing I think that's worth mentioning, these Freightliner custom chassis, so FCCC chassis, have a 24/7 direct app that shows you what every dash light means. If something pops up, you can just look it up. But more importantly, they have no shit for real 24/7 support. And it's American. So you can see right there, there's a little sticker right there saying proudly made in the United States, proudly made in South Carolina. If you want to support this country and buy a coach that is manufactured, you know, the chassis is manufactured in the United States, this whole entire brand comes out of Napanee, Indiana. This is what you want to do. You want to get yourself into a really nice made in America Freightliner S2RV chassis, 6.7 liter ISB Cummins engine, brute strength little C. Jody, which way do you want to go out? You want to go out the door? You want to go out here? What can I open for you? He's like, I'm so easy, Katie. Honestly, he's got to be the easiest guy I've ever met. Okay, so heated power mirrors and power windows. Just overall, like, super cool, nice chrome convex mirrors. They're also, for those of you that are wondering, they are breakaway. So if you wanted to fold these in so you could store this into a tighter space, you could definitely do that. It's also clean, certified clean idle. That doesn't matter to most of the United States anymore, but it still matters to these guys. Until we get that fixed, you can still buy this and register it in the state of California. As I mentioned, there's your really nice like pre-wire for your walkie-talkie. I don't think anyone uses them anymore. I think that they use one of those messaging systems, WhatsApp. Everyone's on WhatsApp. It's kind of funny. But as you can see, this is stock number 5N250. 297, again, 5N250-297. This is a 2026 Newmar Grand Star. This is the 3444. This coach gets into everything. It's 34 feet, 10 inches long, and she'll take your side-by-side or your F-150 anywhere you want to go. Please, look me up, give me a call. This is why I do this, you guys. I do it to sell you RVs, not to teach you about them. So when you're ready to go, seriously, give me a call. 303-562-8659 is my direct number. Coming to you live every Monday from very nice Frederick, Colorado. Katie O'Neill, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know how I get you on the road and camping.